que é Massaia.
Povo guerreiro que trabalha e confia, que vai pro sorte, que vive a alegria.
Deixa falar que é Massaia.
O Extrabom faz parte da nossa cultura.
Deixa falar que vai tocar.
O Extrabom tem orgulho de ser capixaba.
Deixa falar que é Massaia. Extrabom, muqueca, beleza pura. Deixa falar que vai tocar. Extrabom, esse amor
que não se acaba.
Extrabom, orgulho de ser capixaba.
Uma combinação de elementos e pessoas. É assim que escrevemos uma história de esforço, de responsabilidade e de realizações. É assim que é feito o aço da ArcelorMittal Unidade Tubarão. Todos os dias, milhares de pessoas se dedicam a construir o nosso legado. Um legado que representa o futuro que queremos criar para as próximas gerações. Essas pessoas estão presentes nas inovações que mudam o mundo e nas atitudes que mudam as vidas. Usam a imaginação para possibilitar novos caminhos. Essas pessoas ultrapassam limites, conquistam reconhecimento, idealizam, criam e realizam. E é exatamente da história de cada uma dessas milhares de pessoas que é feita a nossa história. ArcelorMittal, aços inteligentes para as pessoas e o planeta.
Wahine é força, é oceano, é o poder da mulher nas ondas. Com o Invert Style, leve esse empoderamento para o seu dia a dia no bodyboarding. Use o cupom WAHINE-IS e conquiste benefícios exclusivos. Wahine-se em invertstyle.com.br.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day number 4 here at the 2025 ArcelorMittal Wahine Bodyboarding Pro presented by Extrabom. And good morning, Lucas. I have to say, I love that new commercial that we have.
Really nice. Good morning, Bego. Good morning, everyone. Very nice commercial by Invert Style. Enjoy the coupon over there with some discount as well. Bom dia a todos. A gente estava falando aqui do cupom da Invert Style também, um comercial muito legal. Hoje é o 4º dia de competição aqui no ArcelorMittal Wahine Bodyboarding Pro 2025. Daqui a pouquinho a gente já vai mostrar o highlight do dia de ontem, né? Então fiquem ligados aí para muita ação. A gente vai ver as top 8 entrando na água hoje também, né, Bego?
All right. Let's see the highlights from yesterday. We'll come back to present what do we have for today.
Eu já competi muito, já viajei o mundo inteiro correndo campeonato, mas esse evento aqui tá incrível.
Salt in her blood, power in her hand. She moves with the sea, she owns the sand. Crowd on the shore, the moment is clear. Waiting for horizon, the future is here.
Acho que a expressão é a felicidade, o mar proporciona-nos boas condições e é isso, temos bodyboard para mostrar e o feminino está em altas. Es la primera vez que veo tantas chicas haciendo bodyboard, pero me encanta ver que hay un montón de chicas practicando esto y eso me hace como que muy feliz.
Well, that was a really good day of action yesterday, day number 3. Today, day number 4, where it's in the tally, it's to run women division and master division. We're not going to see the junior woman today as of yet. Remember, everything is subject to change. So what it's expected to be done, it's round number 3 and round number 4 of the women, which is, in round number 4, we're going to see the non-elimination round and the top 8 of the IBC World Tour. And then we're going to do as well the round number 4 of the master division. Or is it round number 3 actually?
Round number 3,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Então, como a Bego estava falando, né, nós vamos ter no cronograma do dia de hoje o round número 3 e o round número 4 da categoria feminina, categoria Woman, sendo o round número 4 o round de não eliminação, onde a gente vai ver aí as atletas top 8 no ranking mundial entrando na água finalmente, né, para esse round. Depois a gente vai seguir com o round número 3 da categoria Master. Então, 16 baterias aí, vai ser um dia mais longo de ação hoje, com a categoria Master e a categoria Open. Muita ação para o dia de hoje, então sintonizem.
And we are going to show you the conditions now because today is the biggest day of the swell that we haven't had in the previous year. So as Bella was saying, this is the biggest year that we're going to have in this event. So let's go to the water and check that out. If yesterday the wave was breaking far away, today it's even more, it's even further. Look at that, big waves. And if you guys know, Espiritu Santo has a lot of breaks, a lot of good waves. And all of them were working yesterday and are working today. And Solemar, it's not behind. We have bigger size, longer consistency. And in the water, we'll see the heat number 1, round number 3 of the women division, which is we have some riders that are coming from the early rounds and some riders that are already there waiting for. You can recognize them by the color of the rash guard, Haruka Yasumi. It's one rider seeded in this round. This is not the round where the top 8 are. This is a round before, but some riders are seeded because of their spot in the ranking. That's the case of Haruka Yasumi. So whoever you see with the we call it orange here. The color, it's kind of like watermelon-y, so we put it as an orange, and that's all the ladies with an orange singlet are seated. So Haruka Yasumi, it's seated in this event and in this round. And then we have the ladies that are coming from early rounds. We have Teresa Padrella. We're gonna get you that back. Thank you so much. We have Constanza Soto, young junior woman rider, in green. And we have Teresa Padrella, who was the Wahine of the day from yesterday. She got the higher score of the competition yesterday. And she's sporting the purple singlet. And the Peruvian hero, I have to say, Solange Chia. She has been working really hard and putting a name for herself in this event. She's coming from Peru. I'm pretty sure Miguel Rodriguez is tuning in and everyone from Mareyuntas, si están sintonizando. Viene Solange Chia, que la verdad está mejorando cada vez más, lo hizo muy bien en Iquique y aquí ha venido con un performance bien bonito, así que felicitaciones ahí a Miguel Rodríguez y al Club Mareyuntas que la está apoyando. Ya empieza el hit.
That's it. We heard the horn over here. The riders are in the water ready for this first heat of the day. This is going to be an interesting heat. I mean, we have 4 different nationalities, 4 different styles and schools here. The Japanese always so strong in these types of waves. They know how to read the wave and to do those spins and rolls so consistently. Constanza Soto, is a rider that is on top of her game right now. She's coming from the best result in her career, getting a second spot in Iquique in a very critical wave, and now working herself out to perform in these types of waves as well here in Jacaraípe. Teresa Padrella, that yesterday found herself the best scores of the day with an 8.5, a 17.5 total scores, and Solange Chia, machine as well from Peru. Let's see, the first wave right now, it's from Teresa Padrella, starts with a 360. We're going to see some very long waves over here, guys, today. Another spin, going all the way to the top, just working this wave with the cutback, coming back to the stronger part of it, waiting for the wave to double up right now. Let's see if she's going to be able to connect. as the wave just fades away from Teresa completely. But anyway, first step in this heat, that's going to be a cracker.
Very good, actually, to try to put, some scores in those 5 minutes. We have seen it's a strategy that gives you some ease and some calm. And people, if you missed it, we had pretty cool coupons. We have actually four different coupons, four different QR codes. First of all, you have the IBC, QR. Well, that's Jaklayne. Yeah, we have actually Jaklayne there. It's a jewelry company that it's supporting this event. And if you have seen the highlights and everything, all the athletes and all the staff have got a beautiful bracelet with the Wahine name on it. And it's a silver, it's the super well made. So go there and scan that QR code and you will get a coupon of 15% of discount for Jaklayne. And how beautiful those bracelets are.
Incrível, Bego. Um cupom, então, pessoal, aí de 15% da Jaklayne Joias. Jaklayne é uma joalheria conhecidíssima aqui no Espírito Santo, nos principais centros comerciais aí que vocês forem, com certeza vocês vão encontrar um estabelecimento. E eles são um dos apoiadores aqui desse evento, então oferecendo 15% de desconto com esse código QR. Vocês podem acessar também pelas redes sociais do Wahine e vão conseguir um desconto muito bom lá nas joias da Jaklayne. Elas que fizeram também, né, uma pulseira muito legal aqui com o nome do Wahine, presentearam um kit para todas as atletas, para todo o staff do evento também. Então, muito obrigado a Jaklayne Joias pelo apoio nesse evento.
All right, so 25-minute heats, and this is the replay of the single wave that we have had in this heat so far. And this, it's Teresa Padrella with a couple of spins, and she got a 3 for this wave. So yeah, Teresa coming in strong. Teresa has been competing in the World Tour for so long, and she has been working her way, training a lot. She's the second in command in the Boogie Chicks. And one more look here. I think, yeah, this is, if you see, she's got beautiful style. The fact that she's got beautiful long legs, adds a little bit of a spice there. So yeah, I'm loving her style. Teresa Padrella coming from Carcavelos. And like I said, second in command at the Boogie Chicks school. Guys, if you have, or ladies, if you don't know Boogie Chicks, do yourself a favor and go and check it out, because it's the only women school that there is in Portugal, I think. I'm not sure if there's others, but for sure this is the first and one of the biggest in the world. And that's Cata Souza, the founder, and she's here battling for getting a title in the master division as well. Right, so people, a Monday here in the beautiful city of Serra, here in Jacaraípe. I'm sorry, in the beautiful area of Serra.
Yeah.
And the
city is Serra, and Jacaraípe is a neighborhood inside
right.
Serra.
I should follow my instinct. Right, so beautiful city of Serra, and Jacaraípe is the area. Thank you, Lucas. We would like to thank ArcelorMittal for bringing this event once again as a title sponsor. Beautiful set is approaching. And we would like to thank Extrabom for presenting it this year. It's the first time they are part of the sponsors. And also we have the support of EDP. Thank you so much for jumping to support this event. And we can't forget about Prefeitura da Serra and Governo do Estado do Espírito Santo. Thank you so much, Grupo Coroa and Jaklayne Joias. All of you, have done an important job to have this event. And of course, thank you so much, everyone at Instituto Neymara Carvalho, because without you, this wouldn't be possible.
That's it. So 19 minutes remaining right now, guys. We saw a set pointing out in the outside, very far away from the shore over here, you guys could see. And probably in the next minutes, right now we are seeing these waves approaching the athletes. The one that comes first is Constanza Soto, a nice bottom turn, does a reverse, still going right over there. The wave shapes pretty nicely for her, forming a wall. She tries to do a roll in the outside, but not really a section for her to hit over there. ended up trying to force that roll and not completing it. So yeah, you really got to be very patient here in Jacaraípe, and not trying to rush to do the maneuvers because that might happen, and it happens a lot. You just ended up staying behind.
All right, Teresa Padrela, backup score with the spin that got stuck in there. Like Claudia explained yesterday in the first heat of the day, it is really hard to be the first heat for a number of reasons. It's not just because nobody else has surfed and you have no references. Even if you get here early, you try to surf, it's very different. It's a whole different story when you only have 25 minutes and you have three other riders in the water. So also, you don't know what's going to happen with the judges. The judges, remember, the criteria might change at every heat.
Yep.
They kind of restart because it depends on what's happening in the heat and what's happening in the water, what the swell's doing, how the beach is behaving. And so you don't know, you have no reference. So first heat is difficult, and sometimes the ladies take a little time to adapt, and you will usually see that halfway all of them start doing more things. But as you can see, Haruka, she hasn't taken any wave, and Solange neither. And here comes Constanza. Constanza fighting very hard yesterday in the junior woman division. She was really close to being eliminated in the repechage and found herself a wave and made it. Unfortunately, yesterday we have only one lady eliminated, which was Emiliana Gonzalez. But you know what? I just want to send a round of applause to Emiliana, because she has been working really hard, and she loves bodyboarding, and she has a lot to come for her. Very young, and starting so young is so good, huh?
Yeah, definitely, Bagel. Getting that experience, surfing as many heats as you can. Let's see, looks like there's another set coming up. This is Solange Chia coming on her first wave, tries to do a reverse, but ends up losing her balance over there, not really completing this maneuver. So yeah, with 16 minutes remaining, that can start pressuring you definitely, if you haven't put any scores in the leaderboard so far. So definitely remaining patient there is pretty tough. Sometimes you guys see it looks like it's flat, and then all of a sudden a set comes and it's just white water all over until the horizon. So yeah, it's very tough to compete here in Jacaraípe. Definitely more than it looks from the outside.
All right. I would like to, well, I'm just going to say a couple words in Spanish, because I was checking that there's a lot of people tuning in for Solange and Constanza. Bueno, para quien recién está llegando, que habla español, estamos en el día número 4 desde el ArcelorMittal Wahine Bodyboarding Pro, presentado por Extrabom. En el agua tenemos la primera manga de la categoría mujer. Vamos a ver, aquí viene Solange buscando algo hoy en día con más olas, donde probablemente a las atletas les va a costar un poquito, pero aquí viene Solange y completa un rolo bastante bien. Solange tiene esa técnica para hacer el 360, como que ella patea al aire. Parece que le da como un empuje. Y tenemos también una ola para Haruka. Estas dos riders no habían tomado olas. Good wave there for Haruka, actually. I think Haruka is going to make the difference, but check this out. Solange, she kept going all the way. Muy buena ola también para Solange, que lo dio todo hasta el final, continuó. Vamos a ver, interesante lo que hablábamos hace un rato, de que las competidoras, cuando son las primeras en un hit, les cuesta un poco. Y viene Constanza. A ver, Constanza también un rolo completado, y continúa con un giro. Tal vez va a ser otro, pero sería más o menos eso para ella. Buen intercambio de las tres.
Yeah, Bago, I think so. And I think Haruka's wave was the best one so far in the heat. Let's see. We're just getting started over here, so we're going to see how the judges are, evaluating everything. Looks like Teresa coming on a smaller wave. Let's see if there's going to be any section on the inside. She's looking for a roll as well, but not really finding it. But yeah, Haruka's wave was, a good 360 to get started, and then she really found that pocket section. She really found a nice projection that the other athletes haven't found so far in their rolls. So I want to see, I think it's going to be a nice thermometer, a nice measure to see how the judges are looking at the conditions, at the riders' performances, because I think that it attends to the judging criteria pretty well. And let's see, 7 points, that's it, 7 points for the Japanese. A nice reference right now for us and for the other athletes to see what's to come. So Constanza is in second. She got 375 on her last wave. Teresa just 1.5 on her last two waves. And this is the last for Solange. Solange, I'm sorry, she worked it all the way to the inside. She got 5 points. The second best wave of the heat. Managed to do this roll, not too projected, but strong enough to complete it. One more spin connecting to the inside section. There she comes, still going right. And she took this one all the way to the shore, definitely trying to squeeze every single point out of this wave. So yeah, she managed to pass this part of the wave, goes right on the beach, and one more roll. So 5 points for her.
And this one, like you said, it is the best wave of the heat. Why? Because of, you have to think where this roller was performed and how it was performed. It was on a critical section. It was really projected, and we have a judging criteria, remember, and that was met there. And this last wave of Constanza, the roll, if you compare the sections, it's pretty obvious
Yeah.
the difference, right? I mean, that was actually not much of a section. She executed the role. She completed it well, but it was more of her own effort
Yeah.
to actually do the role. But either way, it's okay. I think Constanza, after having those two hits in the junior division and the junior women division, she regrouped. I know a lot of people is supporting Constanza, and we have Arturo here. We even have Constanza's grandmother here.
Oh yeah,
She's here.
that's
It's
so
so nice to
nice.
have it, and they're supporting her, and she's doing great. She is a name that we're going to see for many years in bodyboarding. And here comes, it looks like Teresa goes for a reverse and maybe a roll there. But yeah, they have to. I mean, I know it's difficult. It's really difficult to find those waves as but the wave that Haruka found, because but you have to try to wait. I haven't. I mean, I'm telling you, I try to be super respectful with every competitor strategy because you have to be there. You have to be living the moment in order to take your decision. So it's hard to say. We're just trying to comment on what we see here on an amplified version of reality. But when you are out there, it's a different whole story.
Yeah, definitely Bago. And there's no better strategy, right? The best one is the one that works out. So Solange Chia goes right, tries to look for a section in the roll. She is going to complete this one. She does. So one roll in the outside. I believe she was going to try to work it all the way to the inside, but the wave just faded away. So Solange right now is in second. She has a 1.4 backup, and this is going to be a best wave.
Yeah, I mean, Solange, I don't know because the execution of that role wasn't as fluent or as smooth, right? But it is actually a 3.5. It is better than the 1.40. Right now, she is first because Haruka, she doesn't have a backup score. But at any given moment, Haruka needs a 1.5. So I think one of the advantage that the Japanese ladies have, I believe, and check that out. There's a
See that
backwash.
backwash? I was like, where's the beach here? 'Cause-
Oh my.
wow, it's crazy.
So I was just going to say that one of the advantages of the Japanese ladies is that they're super patient,
Hmm.
and that's what actually is doing Haruka. She waited for half of the heat to take her first wave, but she posted a 7.
Yeah,
So, I think she's actually knowing very well what to do. And people, you will recognize the riders that are seated in this round, which is an elimination round, all right? The one that's coming up, it is a non-elimination round. So we are not seeing the top 8 here. We will see them at the upcoming round after we finish this one. So, but we do have some seated riders, which are the ones with the orange rash guard.
that's it. Just as Bago said, 9 minutes remaining right now. And Still talking about the Japanese background, I think that one thing that really helps the Japanese riders in the beginning of the heat, I was saying it's 4 different nationalities, 4 different schools, but the Japanese, they're really good on the fundamentals, on the reading of the wave, on the spins, they're super sharp, on the spins, and also doing rolls, because there's so many types of rolls, right? There are rolls through the lip, there's rolls in the pocket, in the closeout,
Mm.
in stronger waves, in weaker waves, and this is not a strong wave, a potent wave. So it is many times much harder to execute a roll. So they are very consistent on those ones, and here it really pays out. We can see that, for example, 2 years ago when Sari invited Namika to come here, and both of them ended up in the final, one facing each other.
That was crazy, man.
Yeah, so nice to see the Japanese performing here in these types of waves. They're really specialists on these types of waves.
I have to stand corrected. We do have 2 seeded riders in this round. We have Haruka Yasumi and Constanza Soto. So whoever is in orange and green, I was thinking to myself, like, it's usually 2 seeded riders. How come only one? And then I just double check it. Yeah. For the next heat will be Sara Vico and Maria Padrella, and we have Kaira Shirahase and Luna Harman seeded. Luna Harman start the first time she's competing. Wait a second. We have situation there.
Oh,
That was
wow.
Solange. She didn't have priority, but I don't know if that's gonna be deemed as an interference. We will have to see what the judges think because Haruka, she went for the roll. So it's on the judging criteria. We'll see. We have rules of priority. Looks like Solange, she was in the 4th priority. So there you have it. We'll
Yeah, so
see.
so basically, just to explain it simply, at the start of the heat, the riders, there's no priority established. So if a rider pedals into a wave or goes into a wave, he will be given the last priority, and this way the priority will be established. But here is a very, it's a very wide beach. It's a very spread spot. So sometimes the riders just, let it go and don't really look too much, but it was
We
an
do have an
interference call.
interference, yeah.
Yeah.
We do. I mean, I kind of thought about it. I'm just going to explain. Wait a minute. Here comes Haruka, and Haruka taking one of the insiders. And people, we did have an interference. Solange, that's one thing that happens a lot. Take that out. The classic Japanese style, powerful attack there for Haruka, who actually decided to take one of the insiders. And that will be a good backup score for her. But I think we're still waiting for another wave. Bueno, para quienes están sintonizando, apoyando a Solange, lamentablemente cometió una interferencia en esa última ola, ya la vamos a ver. Aquí viene, sigue peleando muy bien, pero claro, ya una interferencia es un problema porque se le corta su segunda mejor ola.
Uhum.
Esto es algo, fíjense, esto es algo que es muy común en las personas que están nuevas en el tour. Aquí vamos a ver la repetición, porque lo que pasa es que se olvidan un poquito de revisar el cuadro de prioridades. Entonces aquí estaba ella remando, pero atrás ya venía, era Teresa. Era Teresa que estaba atrás, venía Teresa en su ola y claro, Solange ni siquiera miró,
Sí.
ella ni siquiera volteó a mirar. Entonces sí, fue definitivamente una interferencia para Solange. Bueno, de todo se aprende, la verdad que va a ser un gran aprendizaje para ella porque imagínate, ella tenía una posibilidad de seguir avanzando, está surfeando muy bien, de hecho la estoy viendo muy sólida y claro, también es una pena que una rider que viene avanzando, que tenía posibilidad de continuar en competencia, vaya a quedarse por un tema de interferencia, ¿sabes?
Sim, Bego. Para todos que estão assistindo aí na torcida da Teresa, né? A gente acabou de ver uma situação de interferência ali da atleta peruana, Solange Chia, que na sua quarta onda cometeu uma interferência sobre a atleta de roxo, a Teresa Padrella, que já estava vindo ali naquela direita. A Teresa tinha prioridade, já estava na onda e a Solange acabou indo para a direita ali sem nem olhar para trás, né? Jacaraípe é um pico muito grande e às vezes a atleta se desliga nisso, acabou cometendo um erro. Ela que vem ali tentando correr atrás, porém vai ficar bem difícil para ela, né? Já que ela vai precisar contar só com só uma onda dela vai ser contada agora para o somatório total. A gente tem a segunda onda completamente cortada. E olha aí, vem a Solange, vem a japonesa também, desculpa, a Constanza Soto, trabalhando 360 muito bem até o inside. Tenta fazer mais outro e vai até a última parte da onda, trabalhando muito bem ali o 360, numa onda um pouco menor do inside, faz um rolo, uma boa onda ali, bem trabalhada para a jovem Constanza Soto, que está precisando de 4.01 para poder ir para a segunda. Vamos ver se vai ser suficiente, acredito que possa ser sim, Bego.
Precioso surfing de Constanza, muy bonita su ejecución de los giros, la verdad. Precioso, bien, bien compacta, bien estilosa, patitas bien cruzaditas, muy bonita ola de Constanza, pero hay que recordar, gente, que es algo bien importante tener en mente. Las puntuaciones son mayores cuando las maniobras son ejecutadas en las primeras partes de las olas que rompen lo más atrás posible, ¿vale? Pareciera que, como nosotros aquí vemos la realidad amplificada, los jueces no, los jueces ven toda la playa, pues ellos saben comparar. La última ola de Constanza, sin embargo, fue su mejor ola, fue un 5.75 y esta segunda. Primera está la japonesa, que con su última ola, que no fue de las del set, pero fue trabajada muy bien y muy bien leída, consiguió un 5.25.
That was the last one for Haruka. That's a 525 that consolidated her in the first position in this heat. She already had a 7, so did one reverse, then realigned. She's waiting for that pocket section, looking for a roll, now releasing the brakes, building some speed. And even that there was no lip section there, she managed to project herself pretty well in the inside to the inside and got a 5.25.
Y esta Solange que continúa peleando, que dependiendo de lo que pueda pasar, ella podría tener una oportunidad, sí, porque ella solamente cuenta con una ola. Lo que hace la llamada de interferencia es cortarle su segunda ola por completo. Ella tendría que conseguir una ola de 7.25, ¿vale? Para poder estar primera. Solo de esa forma ella podría avanzar. Y esta es la última de Connie.
So that was the last one for Constanza Soto. Countless 360 spins over there and managed to do a nice roll under the lip. Completes this one, even tries to do one more spin, and then finally ends up behind. That's a 5.75 that took her to the second place and made Teresa Padrella drop to the third position right now. Anyway, Teresa is looking for a 4.76, so very achievable, even though there's just 1 minute. So probably this is going to be the last attempt for Teresa Padrella. She looks for a 4.76, guys. Did one nice reverse, goes for a roll. She completes this one, and looks like Teresa is going to combine all the way to the inside. That wave could give her the score. She did one more reverse over here. The wave is just fading away, losing energy. She struggles a bit, but manages to connect, and now looks like she's staying behind. Just her last effort over there. Yeah, not sure if that's going to be the 4.76. Can be very close, can be not enough. Let's wait on the judges to see, because that was certainly the last chance for Teresa Padrella.
Yeah, there's no way she can come back in. All right, so scores are dropping. A 4.76 is what Teresa needs in order to take that second position from Constanza Soto. Stressful moments here, and this is Haruka, who is for sure taking the win. We'll see how much Teresa gets. And all right, so Haruka, I think just getting out, we don't have still the scores of last wave of Teresa, key moments for Portugal and for Chile. Just remember, this is Constanza is competing in both divisions. So check this out. This is the wave we're waiting for. This is the wave that might give Teresa the chance to keep advancing. She actually worked it really well. You know, she went for a reverse and a rollo, and here she tried her best. You know, she gave it all. But yeah, you know what? The score just dropped, and unfortunately, it's not enough. It's a 440. She needed a 476. And situation official results is in first position Haruka Yasumi with 2 waves. And in second position, Constanza Soto. Look at Arturo, my lord. He is living the dream. All right, don't go anywhere. We will come back right after this.
Uma combinação de elementos e pessoas. É assim que escrevemos uma história de esforço, de responsabilidade e de realizações. É assim que é feito o aço da ArcelorMittal Unidade Tubarão. Todos os dias, milhares de pessoas se dedicam a construir o nosso legado. Um legado que representa o futuro que queremos criar para as próximas gerações. Essas pessoas estão presentes nas inovações que mudam o mundo e nas atitudes que mudam as vidas. Usam a imaginação para possibilitar novos caminhos. Essas pessoas ultrapassam limites, conquistam reconhecimento, idealizam, criam e realizam. E é exatamente da história de cada uma dessas milhares de pessoas que é feita a nossa história. ArcelorMittal, aços inteligentes para as pessoas e o planeta.
Ai, minhas costas.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the fourth day of competition here at the 2025 ArcelorMittal Wahine Bodyboarding Pro. Bella's here with me. Good morning, Bella, I'm sorry.
Almost bagel.
Yeah.
Good morning,
How are you?
Lucas. Good morning, everyone. We are so excited to see the action in the water for the fourth day of competition of ArcelorMittal Wahine Bodyboarding Pro, presented by Extrabom. Let's see who's gonna have on the next heat. So we jump in the water with Sara Abico from Japan, Maria Padrella from Portugal, Francis Aoto from Brazil, and Maria Rita Braga, Brazilian lady.
That's it from Aracaju, Sergipe. Let's see, we saw in the last heat, guys, Haruka Yasumi winning with a complete domination in the heat, just 2 waves. And check this out, there's a big score coming out for this lady. Maria Padrella found herself a strong row in the outside section through the lip. That is the best way to start the heat. So let's see this wave all the way to the end, because it came out and it's 8 points for Maria Padrella, starting with the right foot, as we say in Brazil, in this heat for sure.
Caramba, a Maria Padrella já chegou puxando o nível dessa bateria. É difícil a gente ver uma onda de estreia, né, da bateria, primeira onda ser uma onda tão boa quanto essa da Maria Padrella, ela que é irmã da Teresa Padrella, da última bateria que vocês assistiram agora, as irmãs competidoras de bodyboard. Maria Padrella já tiram 8 pontos logo no início dessa manhã, e a gente tá vendo que conforme o swell vai chegando, vai subindo, existem possibilidades de notas maiores também, né? O mar ele oferece sessões mais críticas, mais agressivas, e uma parede mais em pé para que essas surfistas possam manobrar. E tem onda ao vivo da Maria Rita Braga, mais um rolo aí executado, muito bem executado pela Maria Rita, ela que continua na onda. A gente tem aí também a Sara Abico, a japonesa, pegando essa onda para a esquerda no mesmo momento, acabou fechando para ela, ela saiu da onda, mas a Maria Rita Braga continua fazendo a sua onda até o inside, buscando mais uma sessão de rolo, aquele rolo na areia, que o crowd vai à loucura. E é isso, já tivemos então 3 ondas bem surfadas pelas atletas nessa que é a segunda bateria do dia.
Isso aí, a bateria, pelo visto, vai ser bem disputada, né? A Maria começou com tudo, realmente uma onda excelente já logo no início. Essa onda da Maria Rita, eu arrisco dizer também que vai ser uma boa nota, né? Foi um rolo forte lá no outside, Dá uma olhada, parece que vem Francis Aoto, ela lá de Guaratuba, parte sul do Brasil, faz um 360 invertido, vai para o lip agora, tenta o rolo, consegue completar ali um rolo um pouco na espuma, mas conseguiu se projetar o suficiente para prosseguir na onda, e aí decide ficar por ali, Francis Aoto. Tá saindo aqui a segunda onda, desculpa pessoal, da Maria Rita, vai ser um notão também, uma onda que tinha tamanho, né? Depois a gente confere esse replay, mas uma onda que tinha tamanho, foi um rolo forte, ela completou até bem limpo ali também. Então, bateria tem tudo para ser muito disputada, menos de 5 minutos e já tem notas excelentes saindo aí.
A gente vai lá para a praia com a Bego, que está com a entrevista pronta, da ganhadora da última bateria. É com você, Bego.
Thank you so much, guys. Well, first winner of the day, Haruka. You did amazing. Haruka-chan, how are you feeling?
I could catch 2 good waves, but I wanted more catching the wave, but it's okay, I could win. But I was so nervous because so strong current and I couldn't catch only 2 waves. But I really concentrate on this competition. I will do my best to the next hit. Yes.
Right, who's going to win the world title, Namika or Alexandra?
Namika. Of course, Namika.
Of course you're going to say that. Do you want to say some words in Japanese?
Yes. 時差がある中、応援ありがとうございます。ポルトガルではすごく悔しい試合をしてしまったんですけど、自分が絶対に後悔しないように、この試合で自分の力を出し切って最終戦いい形で締めくくりたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
おめでとう. Best of luck for the rest of the competition. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bego. So nice to see her. She looks so happy. So I'm gonna tell a little bit more about this heat situation. Until now, we have the last score for Maria Rita Braga was a 7.75, which is a great score for her. And right now we have Sarabico on the 4th position, needing a 5 to advance. We have Francis Aoto from Guaratuba needing a 4.51 to advance. We have Maria Padrella on the 2nd position, and Maria Rita Braga is the first position until now. Let's
do a comparison between the 8-point ride. This is Maria Padrella on her first wave, a very strong roll, and this is the 7.75 for Maria Rita. Also a very strong one, landing a bit under the lip, but in the first second she manages to come out in front of it, very cleanly as well, and she even went all the way to the inside to do one more roll. So we can notably see that Maria's roll was better, was cleaner, was a stronger one, but Maria Rita also managing to get a very good maneuver, and trying to squeeze a bit more, connecting all the way to the inside to do one more maneuver, trying to get a few more tenths out there on that wave. So yeah, very good start. Maria taking the lead right now because she has a backup of just 1.5. Maria didn't serve her second wave so far, so she's looking for a very small score. A 125 would be enough to take Maria back to the lead on this heat, but definitely this is not going to be an easy one.
É verdade, Lucas. Ali mostrou o replay para vocês entenderem em português, mostrar o replay da melhor onda da Maria Rita Braga e da melhor onda da Maria Padrella, que foram ondas bem parecidas, né? Ondas boas, cavadas, elas executaram um rolo muito parecido. Vamos ver agora, tem onda da Maria Padrella, ela não acaba saindo por baixo ali, não perdeu o timing da onda, e mostrando que a onda da Maria Padrella foi um pouquinho mais limpa, a execução, ela não volta tão embaixo assim da onda como a Maria Rita Braga, mas ondas muito parecidas, né? Não é à toa que as notas foram bem próximas uma das outras. A gente tem aí Maria Rita Braga liderando essa bateria com essa nota 7.75, mas ela tem uma nota baixa, né? 1,50, assim como a Teresa Padrella também tem um 0,75, então essa bateria está completamente em aberto, né? A terceira e a quarta colocada, a Francis e a Sara, que realmente estão precisando encontrar uma onda boa, né, Lucas, nessa bateria, e vem
Sarabico, ela que vai naquela direita com bastante velocidade, voa no rolo ali, sai quase do frame, foi um pouquinho demais ali para o lip, né? Acabou aterrissando depois, ficando para trás. É uma dificuldade aqui no Solemar fazer essa manobra, porque se você for com muita sede ao pote ali, com muita vontade para o lip, realmente depois você não consegue a projeção, porque a onda ela não te lança muito para frente, né? Então Você tem que medir um pouco ali na hora de subir, de bater no lip.